I have a question for you, Evan.
Yeah,
This
please.
is a question I've had for a little while, actually.
You please.
Are you going to kill Gordon Ramsay?
Hello and welcome to the Answers of Lemon, the smartest icebreakers from the dumbest dudes. Do you want to spice up your daily conversation with something more interesting than the weather? We got the weird goods for you if you got the ears to listen. I am joined today with your god of odd. It's the man himself, Connor.
That's me. I'm here, taking up space, making sound vibrations towards a microphone, as always.
Hell yeah. And I am your humble host, Evan. Before we get into anything, Connor, I would love if you could do me a favor as per my partner, Leah Nicole, and open a Google image tab.
Okay. This already feels like a truth or dare session, but okay.
No. This is only positive things. I had the same trepidation as you at the beginning, but then my life was enriched. So,
Okay. Well,
you're welcome.
listeners, play along at home. Will you?
Yes,
You've had
please
time.
do. What you're listening to this on your phone or a computer, just start doing it. Are you driving? Well, learn to multitask, baby.
Yeah.
You
It's
can do
worth
this.
it. Life is about managing risk, and it's time.
Yeah. And this is
Time to
going
live.
to definitely up your life before you die, which if you're driving, again, maybe sooner than you think.
right.
But yeah, you got it going.
Ready.
If you do, Connor, and the two listeners at home, please type in Thresher Shark.
Ooh, this is much better than I thought it would be.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's a good shark.
right. Look at that
Oh, I'm
little
into
guy.
that. Nature needs more creative tales, and the thresher shark is here to satisfy that need.
It's got like a tail equal to the length of its body, and it's got the dumbest little face. It's so good.
Yeah,
Like
heavy derp on the eyes.
I love the mouth that's just going like, "Mer, mer." It's just so cute and small. I love it. And then the tail's super fucking long for no reason. It's a cute shark that we all need to know about. So yeah, Leah went down a rabbit hole and watched an entire, like, I don't know if it's genealogy or what. She used some science word that I immediately threw out of my brain because I was like, ooh, cute shark. Of sharks. And the second one I would like you to look up, if you wouldn't mind, is the megamouth shark.
Mega mouth shark. Aptly named. You got to
Yeah.
give it to them.
Look
Sometimes
how-
science really drops the ball on naming things, but that is the only thing that you could ever call this.
It's so dumb. It is just the biggest gaping maw you've ever seen. And the best part about it, Leah tells me, is that they are filter feeders like whales. They do no chomping. They just do all the suction.
Really? Because it looks like they have teeth, but I guess not.
Yeah, and they're just getting like weird algae and, I don't know, krill or whatever. I didn't ask. I just too busy staring at that thing's mouth. And in the pictures, there's a little lady's head going into the mouth, and it's just like, oh man, this is so big. Why is it so big?
Yeah, if you can find the image that's just dead on, it looks like the shark is totally hollow. Like they just forgot to put the organs inside of it.
It's just a mouth and nothing else. I don't know how God did it.
It's like a first draft of a shark. Of like, oh, I've got a really great idea for a shark. Big mouth. Second idea, I'll work on that later. And then they roll the shark out in a big promo, and everyone's like, wow, and how did you make the shark work with such a big mouth? And they go, don't look inside. Don't check. Because and then they find out there's nothing inside the shark yet. This is very prototype.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so stupid. I love it. But yeah, the thresher shark and the megamouth shark, I were both important enough that I thought we should start this audio medium with pictures.
Okay, well, then counter proposal. All right, if we're trading sharks.
Oh, okay, please.
Now, my personal shark knowledge does not go super deep, so I don't know if this is going to be a surprising one to you or not. But if you've never seen a goblin shark before, now is your opportunity.
Goblin shark. Oh, oh God. Oh, you poor bastard.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do to deserve this?
Yep, that's a shark that went its own way.
What
That's a shark that evolves to the beat of its own drum.
Is that a bill on its nose?
Hard to say. It is a shark that defies description.
It's sure a protrusion of sorts, with the most jank ass fucking teeth I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, no, this is goblin. This is a goblin shark. Yeah.
Yep. Again,
there you
totally
go. There you go,
nailed the
2
naming
listeners.
scheme.
3 sharks for 2 people. All right.
That's right.
All right. Let's get on with it. How you been, Connor?
Oh man, life keeps coming at you, and once it starts, it keeps coming. And if you're behind on the life that's already come at you, well, guess what? There's more life coming.
Keep coming. Jesus.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
no.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
So yeah, a lot on my plate work-wise. Lot to dig through, but inside of it all, still enjoying it. I still like my job.
Hey,
I just hate
nice.
the demands of it.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah,
I feel like everyone hates the demands of their jobs because that's what makes them jobs and not hobbies.
Yeah, I guess. I guess let me put it another way. If I could do my job much more slowly, if I could just really take my time, I would be a very, very happy person.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry that you don't get that case. But
capitalism, man. It all comes back to capitalism and American health infrastructure.
Things that we don't have enough podcasts to complain about.
No. Aside from that, on my list of minor irritants in my life, my Facebook feed is really horny all of a sudden.
Oh, is it because you're really horny?
Man, I'll be honest, I'm not asexual. And so, occasionally, a pinup has come across my feed, and I've stopped and been like, oh, nice.
I love pinup art. For one of Leah's assignments, she needed to help somebody get a bunch of resources, so she just got me a ton of resources on the history of pinups. I've yet to read them, but boy, is it in my email, and I don't stop thinking about it. But I just don't go that extra step to do it.
You should. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, I like that kind of crap. But yeah, so why is your algorithm horny? How is your algorithm
found out
horny?
that I enjoy the image of women wearing less clothing. And so I'm getting lots of AI generated stuff, which includes breastfeeding, which is particularly ick because the algorithm gave it to me because it thinks that I'm horny for boobs. And that's not what breastfeeding is for. And I just don't want it put in front of me oh, you're horny for this.
Yeah.
When in my mind...
Allow me to tantalize you, sir.
Yeah, no, it's not the direction that society ought to be going in. But lots of this is my best picture I've taken all day. And just loads of women wearing not enough clothing. And I've tried telling Facebook there's a specific button for please be less horny. Specifically, please show me less of this. And I think that Facebook has gotten worse about it. I think it's actually increased the amount of horn on my feed.
That's really upsetting. I'm all for doing your flavor, but if you ask them nicely not to, consent's important, algorithm. Fucking learn it.
Algorithm does not need... No. You don't need to guess and crimp data together anymore, algorithm. I'm telling you.
AINAY.
That's it. That's the cheer of my liberation from Facebook force feeding me horn.
I have so many grievances over AI, especially with AI art, being very close friends with artists who are very passionate about art in the wake of AI nonsense. And I think it just goes to show how sheltered of a person I am, that I wouldn't have thought that just randy AI images would be a daily problem. I guess I just don't understand how the internet works. I think at the end of the day, it's more of a reflection on me than the internet.
I think you're spot on. I think if you haven't learned by now, you ain't ever gonna know it. No, you won't.
Dude, so many times I will say what I find to be a very nothing of a statement, just totally benign. And I'll just get the look from Leah of like, oh, you, my sweet summer child, how are you 12 years old and looking at Google for the first time? It's like, I don't know. She's like, you use the internet all the time, right? I'm like, I think I do. How the fuck do you not know this? I'm like, for those of you at home who cannot see the video, Evan just stammered and did a shrug motion.
Yeah. Side to side. Very dramatic. Big shrug.
Big brain time. Audio medium. Working with pictures. Who doggy?
How about you, Matt? Well, how are you doing?
Me, I'm great. I took my medication today, which means today is better than yesterday.
Nice.
But things are going relatively well. Works fine. We're kind of not collaborating, but just like the process of just smacking things together until everything works somehow. Cobbling things together. That's what I wanted. I knew it was another C word. So work's going fine. And the more important thing is my life is being subsumed by Tekken 8 because I don't know if we talked about this in the podcast last, but I know I've been talking about it in real life a whole ton. But Tekken 8's so freaking fun. I finally went to locals again, and it is locals that is historically put on Street Fighter. I walk in, and all of the fucking computers are Tekken 8.
Wall-to-wall Tekken. Got to keep up with the times.
Yeah. No, it worked out great. I sat next to this dude named Ty who was super dope. I was like, hey, I'm a little new. Just want to let you know I'm totally looking forward to you kicking my ass. And if you have any advice, I would love to hear all of it. So the dude was such a bro. He just goes, oh, I used to play Azucena. Let me just do a mirror match and show you how to be better. So fucking time disappeared. I learned a shitload of stuff. I fought a bunch of other people, made connections, got my ass handed to me. And Leah's like, normally you like call me when you're coming home. I didn't think you were going to be home like so late. And I just looked at her and I went, I'm going to be straight with you. I sat down. I started playing Tekken. Then I looked at the time and it was 3 hours later.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you found somebody who could help you hone your skills. It's cool that you've got a little group in the community to spend some time with.
Yeah, always, whatever your hobby is, man, whether it's cribbage or fighting games or boxing or interpretive dance or, I don't know, growing mushrooms, find your local community. People are always so dope and passionate about it. It's so fun just to hang out with nerds that are your speed. And it's the best way to get better.
That's good advice. Learn, improve, befriend. What else could you ask for?
Be a person. The only thing else that I can ask is one away from greatness. Number 68. Let's start some questions. I'm feeling questions. Yes. I hope you're hungry, Connor, because what fast food dealio do you want to make a comeback?
Okay, now are you asking? All right, this is pointless.
Hey, Connor.
I'm going to do it anyway. No, I'm going to do it anyway. Wait,
Fine.
Are you talking
Fine.
about? You talking about a specific deal, like a monetary deal, or just a fast food item?
Hey, Connor, no qualifying questions.
Okay, thank you very much. And the
You're
cycle
welcome.
is completed.
Yep. Man,
Okay.
I'm not used to having to tell you the one fucking basic rule of this game.
I know. Okay, so I'm going to interpret dealio in the way that I prefer, which is
please.
Like fast food phenomenon altogether.
Okay. Sure. Just the whatever the greasy deep fried zeitgeist it was.
That's what I'm going with. And I think I'm really tempted to say old-fashioned, wicked cheesy, like kid-based decorations at fast food restaurants in general.
Oh, that's so good.
Because I'm tired of walking into a Taco Bell and being surrounded by people pretending that we're not in a dumpster fire of delicious faux Mexican goodness.
Yes.
And they're like trying to make it look like the inside of a hotel. It's weird.
Things should not, like fast food should not be sleek.
That's right.
You know what? You know what fast food should be? Give me one fucking second.
The suspense.
Fast food should be the fucking Burger King crown. Because at least they
right.
still do something bullshit and fun. I've got a fucking ghost Burger King crown on because I went, like, it was a bad night. And all we wanted was some spicy nuggets. And I did the stupid fucking cell phone thing, app ordering. I'm such an old man, I'm sorry. I did the app ordering and I sent it to a Burger King, like, I don't even know how many fucking miles, at least 20 minutes away. And the guy's like,
Whoa.
"Oh, I'm sorry about that, bro." And I said, "That's cool. Can I have my order, please?" And the guy was so dumbstruck, he didn't expect me to, like, continue with the order and, like, pay more money and shit. I'm like, "I'm having fast food right now, bro. I need this." So I pull up to the window and the guy just goes, "Hey, do you want a Burger King crown?"
Excellent. Oh my gosh. What a kindness.
Fucking 30-year-old man is just like, "Yes, can I have your ghost chicken crown, please? I would love to hang on to that."
Yeah, on a night when you are just obviously not having it. Things are just not going your way, and there's only so much power that a Burger King employee has. I'm so glad that this person exercised it to give you that crown.
Yeah, and you know what? I still have it like a year later.
Yep.
So
yeah.
sorry for the tangent.
Final answer. You know what? I didn't realize until I started talking about it how much I want this. I want fast food places to be silly and kiddie and cheesy, and, like, I want to go to McDonald's and sit on Grimace's face on the bar stool made in his image.
Yep. Right, yeah.
What I was going to say aside from that was the beefy potato burrito at Taco Bell, but I like this.
God, sign me up.
So much better. Oh, it was excellent. That was during a time in my life when there was a Burger King like a block and a half from me, and at the time I didn't eat it enough. I regret not going back to Taco Bell more often because that burrito was the best of Taco Bell.
Oh my God, our high school friends that we used to drink with that I will not be using full names to dox here. But I just remember I was out with Joe one night and he was shit-faced. And he's like, "Can you get me the thing without sour cream, please? I still want any sour cream." And so I get him the fucking order. I'm like, "Hey, Joe, there's sour cream on it." And after, like, making a whole big stink, he just goes, "I can't taste it anyway, Evan."
I love Taco Bell. And yeah,
I do too.
It never ceases to amaze me how good they do with potatoes. They shouldn't, but they have mastered it.
No, right. I mourned during COVID when they got rid of the spicy potato taco. That night, I made it for me and my parents. And I had one bite, and I just looked at my mom, and I said, "It tastes too good. It's wrong."
Yeah. Silly, fun, playground-themed fast food across the board.
Yeah, so what, like, you just want the whole shebang, like, there's nothing specific sticking out in your brain, because, like, for me it's the kids club from Burger King. I remember that so much from growing up as a kid, where they had, like, the 90s group of diverse youngsters. There was of all heights and sizes and creeds and whatnot, and they even had a kid from the future because he had those cool, like, fucking visor sunglasses, and I think he probably had like a Walkman going on. I remember he was my favorite because he had the backwards hat, because I always thought backwards hats were cool.
We have children of all varieties: Black, Asian, Latine, white, and future.
I think they probably had a Native American.
Ooh. Don't tell me they
Probably.
even had a single female child as well.
I think they probably had two. One
Whoa.
was in a wheelchair, if I remember correctly.
Wow, Burger King. Perfectly balanced.
Talk about representative. But yeah, no, I loved that. I love that shit too, of just, like, weird, quirky, hey, we're here for kids, but now it's like, hey, we don't want you to think that you're a 30-year-old man eating, like, gross food because you're sad.
Yeah, don't be depressed about having your baby food you liked when you were a child. You're an adult, and we serve food for adults.
Or how about you make me feel like a kid again with my little order?
Yeah. Everything should come with a little crown.
Yeah. That's a really good answer. That's so solid. And I definitely second you on the potato burrito, because Taco Bell is hands down my weakness. This is a really tough question because I am an Evan Torn, fought between himself, full of civil war between two decisions. Both are correct in their own rights, and I don't know which one I want to align with in this moment. But that's the beauty of these questions, listeners. It's only for this moment. You can fucking change it 15 seconds later.
That's right.
That's just my way of saying I'm about to talk about two things, motherfuckers. So
minimal
buckle
commitment.
in.
Make it happen. Maybe you'll decide by the end, maybe not.
All right. First thing, it's the littler thing, which I think is going to lose out because I think I can ultimately make it based off a copycat recipe online. But I miss Wendy's awesome sauce. That shit was so good. They had it for a couple of years. It was this like smoky chipotle creamy sauce thing, like a little bit of sweet barbecue tang. It was just like a bunch of delicious flavors all mixed up together. Like I could drink that crap and it would be why I am the size I am right now. According to Connor, that's fat. But either way,
ancient joke between me and Evan.
Yeah, this was for us, not for you two listeners. I'm sorry. We are totally cool here. But yeah, no, that stuff was so good. What calamines the burn, in my experience, is that they substituted it with the ghost pepper ranch, which is also a dope ass sauce that I get every time I go to Wendy's. So that is what I would like. But like we said in this conversation, the truth will come out. And I'm kind of with Connor on this one, where it's less of a food item, which was definitely where my brain was when I came up with this question. But what I want to come back with fast food is getting dumb swag when you buy things. Like my childhood was nothing but McDonald's based media tie-in, cutlery, silverware, whatnot, because we had all of these like Hercules movie plates that we ate off of, these Batman glasses, and like they had like Mickey Mouse and the Batman and Shrek, like just all of these movies that were coming out and were big. It's like, hey, you buy a Big Mac, here's a fucking glass, you nerd. Like, yeah, I want that junk.
Yeah,
it's something that I can collect. Like, it'll make me think of your brand every time I use it. It won't, but hey, I want free shit. I'm gonna be buying this Big Mac anyway, but so like, can I get something, please? Not just like, hey, buy a Big Mac, get another one for $1. Oh, what a fucking deal. Fuck you. But no, like, I want that dumb stuff. I remember like growing up, my dad would be like, oh, we gotta go get the Coke glasses. And we'd have McDonald's just so we could complete our collection of old fucking soda hop style glasses in like, you know, blue and tan and like off red. I guess that's pink. I think off red would be pink. Shut the fuck up, Evan.
Depends on which side of off it is. Could be maroon.
That's a good point.
You ever think about that?
Connor,
you ever think about
both sides of
maroon?
the coin. Heads and tails in this boy's mind.
But
yeah,
this is making me very hungry for fast food.
I'm sorry, bud.
It's okay.
I'm eating chicken after this. But
it's making me very hungry for chicken. Yeah, it turns out when you started this question asking if I was hungry, the answer was yes.
Yeah, well, there we go. What swag item would you want if you were to get one? Like if this I know, question off question. Yeah. Going off script, baby.
What would be the swag?
Like what thing would you want?
You know, I think I would like to see more 101 Dalmatian specific gizmos.
Okay.
Because I have very fond memories. It was almost definitely an eBay purchase. We did not go to, I assume, McDonald's often enough to collect all of these dogs, but we had like 4 dozen Christmassy dog things from. I'm just going to hang my hat on McDonald's.
Yeah,
They were
just
all
go ahead.
101 Dalmatians themed. They were all different toys. Like some of them would open up a little bit. Some of them were just figurines. Other ones were like balancing balls that had the wibble and wobble, but it don't fall down thing going on. Sometimes it was just like a basic pivot of the neck so that you could help the dog like continue to tear into a purse. I think
that's cute. Yeah,
my memory serves.
sure.
We pulled them out and played with them every Christmas.
That's
So much
great.
fun.
I love that.
So yeah, more of those. More. Or
Cool.
the same ones, but new.
Yeah, also breakable. So I have my father's son. My dad will text me things of like, hey, here's what like I don't know how he does it, but he gets like McDonald's promotions before they're coming out. It's like, hey, get ready for December. They're gonna have Crash Bandicoot. So I did. I got a fucking Crash Bandicoot Happy Meal to feel like a kid again, and just be like, "Hey, Dad, check it out. I've got the box up on my shelf. It's stupid. It looks like a crate."
That's awesome.
But what I would want is like some dumb video game related. Like for my druthers, I would like a Crash, a Spyro, or like a Pokemon. But I would want a placemat because I've gotten into using placemats again. Really helps keep your tables clean, or if you're actually like me, it keeps your floor and carpet from getting sticky from your dipping sauces. But yeah, we got a couple of placemats at the Goodwill because they had birds on it were $1. I'm like, this is stupid. We'll probably use this, and fuck, we did. But
Birds for
just
$1.
Yeah, just have McDonald's in the corner. I'll be thinking about your brand all the fucking time. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard?
Just give us free
Why
stuff.
can't we have stuff? Why
Just
do you gotta
give us
take
an
everything and
excuse.
not give us?
Just the promo items would make for a great excuse to spend more time at McDonald's.
Like, I'm not like that is why Taco Bell has my goddamn number. Because like the other fast food joints, they're not doing cool stuff like that. Whereas Taco Bell's like, hey, we got this weird new combination of meat, cheese, and tortilla, bitch. Get over here. And it's like, hell yeah, I am. That's something new and I haven't tried.
Taco Bell does have the capacity or like the willingness to just be fun and weird about their advertising. I feel like I haven't noticed any ads from anyone else for a long time.
No, like, and they keep doing it so well. I don't know what it is about, like, because Leah says they're the most creative because it's always the same items just in a different order,
But still
like,
appealing freshly.
Yeah, they made this like stacker thing. It's just a folded quesadilla, but for $2, sign me the fuck up, man.
Yeah. They just put the cheese in new places. That's maybe the secret. But they always find a new place.
That's all I want. I just want more cheese. Just
You'd
give me
think
cheese.
they would run out of places to put the cheese, but they don't.
But they don't. Number 44. Ooh, I like this one. Hey, Connor, what kind of I know a guy do you want to be?
Oh, that's a really so this is especially tricky for me because my job is not I know a guy really in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Nobody really wants to go talk to their psychologist friend or family member for psychology things, I have discovered. So
I'm always trying to shill you off on Leah, and she's like, "No, that's unethical." No, it's just being a friend. Just because he's trained in this shit doesn't mean you can't do it.
Yeah, it's unethical for me to pretend to give you therapy. It's not unethical for me to answer any of hundreds of questions that anybody might have because psychology is fascinating and super relevant, but nobody wants to talk to me about it outside of work.
I do. Fuck you.
All right then. Well, call me more. I'm your psychology guy.
Oh, but I started a podcast so we could do this stuff, man. We've only got so much time in a day.
Let me correct myself. Call on me more or for help.
Oh, sorry.
I can be your guy.
Yes. Allow me to be more fucked up in the head and put my weights on you.
Yeah, but like you're a guy, like your job has come in handy now that we're trying to make a podcast happen. It's very relevant skills.
Yeah, I'm fortunate enough that I have taken the kind of renaissance man of being an entirely useless human being for like a very specialized skill, but I'm dumb enough to do a couple of things for you.
Yeah.
But But that's not what we're talking about here. It's not what we are in this existence. It's what do we want to be. And I'm gonna give you more time to think, because I do have my answer. I've had my answer, and I've actually thought about, like, when I was having those dark nights of the soul moments where it's like, yeah, fuck it, I could upend my life and go do this. I don't get them. I don't like them, but I want to be a car guy. Like, I want to know how to just pop open the hood, fix up your shit, call it a day. Like,
super useful. Oh my gosh.
It always makes me think of the mechanic from my hometown. He's like best friends with my dad and uncle. He always goes, love the Chica Boys. Every time Chica Boys are there, it's a good time. He's so fun. Like, I could get into stories. I'll tell them to you later, Connor. But this bastard is such a good guy. He fucking fixes my car. And by the time I turn to grab my wallet and pull it out, he sprints down my fucking driveway so I can't give him any money. So
that's a hell of a guy. So
we pay him in fucking cases of beer because he doesn't say no. Like, we will literally bring like cases of Bud Light to the shop, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna say no to that." But yeah, just to be, because especially as cars become more and more anti consumer, because to fix headlights in a Cadillac, you need to take out the engine block. That's fucking dumb. Why would you do that? Like, you need to be able to pop in and out a light bulb. Like, that's insane. But anytime you hear a rattle in your car or one of the lights comes on, like, I don't know if your experience, Connor, but mine is always that, like, oh my God, how long can I get this without solving this problem? Because it's going to be a hassle to solve this problem.
Yeah, it's stressful. And you're like, you get no way of gauging how big of a problem it is. It, like, there are some noises that are super scary, and then they go away in a week, and you just don't know which one it's going to be.
Exactly. And for me, I would love to be, like, for my own sanity, the guy who's just like, oh, I know what that is. I know it's nothing to be concerned of, or what have you. Or, like, you know, to be called on and just be like, oh, here's this wave of relief for you, my friend. Here's why you don't need to worry about spending $3,000. It's actually a $500 fix. Like, they're just yanking your chain.
And even if the only thing you ever do is share reasonable pricing for things, like, even if you don't go over and help people with their car issue by physically fixing it, just having a guy to call to be like, hey, is $1,500 really what this costs? And to hear someone say, yeah, no, that's actually $1,500. Yep. So nice.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe it's just the small towny part of me where it's like that word of mouth is so, like, relieving. Just like hearing a recommendation from another human being that I at least am acquainted with really helps.
Word of mouth.
Which is also a song by, I think, like a Christian rapper, John something. I liked that song in high school.
That makes sense. I see the connection there.
Yeah.
Good job seizing on that opportunity, Christian rapper.
What kind of guy do you want to be, Connor?
I want to be the guy that you come talk to if you're having trouble picking out beer for an event.
Ooh, what a very specific kind of guy.
Yeah, I was that guy one single time for a friend's wedding. They said, hey, you drink beer. You enjoy craft beer. I don't. What beer should I bring to the wedding? And so, like, I got to go out and, like, fill up a couple of mixed sixes and being like, okay, so you're not a big beer person. What kind of things do you like? Here's a little something to this. Here's a little something to that. Like, spread out the tasters and, like, have a whole little, like, tasting thing with my friend and, you know, like a couple of other people who were just there to, like, weigh in. It was a really fun little event. And then I got to attend the wedding later. Yep. And I got to drink the beer that I helped them pick out. It was really cool.
That's very fun. My question with that is, did you rig it so it would always be something that you like too? Like, I know you're being honest. Sorry?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yes.
100%. I didn't bring any beer that I don't like.
Smart man.
Like
No, that's
I'm positive I would have said, hey, most people who are into craft beer like IPAs and I don't, so I can
Yep.
just pick one of those for you. But I don't think that was really a concern.
no, and like in my experience, I don't think a wedding would be kind of the IPA choice. Like I feel like if you're doing an IPA, it is the IPA session. Like you're at a bar to have it and to taste the hops and to be pretentious about it. Whereas like if you're, watching a sporting game, or if you're, you want to dance at a wedding, you want something a little less chewable, in my opinion.
Yeah, so I would need to broaden my horizons and up my IPA pale ale game if I was going to be the guy for all manner of beer stocking purposes. But yeah, no, that would be a lot of fun.
I liked it. And I did write you down as a beer sommelier.
I like it. Cool.
The best IPA I have ever had is the homemade brew at Red Bones Barbecue outside of Boston.
Oh, what'd you like about it?
It was fucking delicious and $2.
Amen. What else could you ask
What
for?
more do you want?
That's it. That's everything.
But no, I really like it. I like your answer. I like how you get the creative aspect of yourself. You get to share a passion that you're passionate about. Use better words, Evan. And at the end of the day, you get to drink your spoils. What kind of yeah, love it. I also love that both of us in these fictional scenarios are ending with beer in our laps.
Yeah, it's definitely not as useful of a I know a guy, but still, yeah, I would like to be called on for that purpose.
Yeah, but like it's almost more special in that way because it is where it's like, oh yeah, he knows cars. It's like, oh, Connor's like the beer guy we need to go to. Like it's a big event. We want to make sure we make a good impression. What have you? Boom. Yep. Here's our boy.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I like it. I'm for it. Moving up in the world. We're going to number 78.
Ooh, okay, yeah. What else we got?
Which food mascot would win in a battle royale against the other brand personae?
Whoa. Okay, heavy fast food conversations today.
Okay, before we even get into this, I don't know if it's still in production, but some nerds are making a fast food mascot based 2D fighting game.
Of course they are.
I love that. I love that idea so much.
That's awesome.
I couldn't find, like, it was one of those, I don't even know how I got. Oh, I do know how I got to it. I was looking at fight stick art, and then someone had art based on like this IP. And then I went and I looked into that, and I saw that there was it's like a whole revival of some idea from like 7 years ago. I so hope that they pull it off, because what a ludicrous idea.
That would be super fun. Like, you could go so crazy with the special moves, really getting into what each individual person would do martial arts wise. I think that would be pretty satisfying.
Yeah. Very good. All right. What are you thinking?
Yeah, it's got to be the Hamburglar. No way anybody beats the Hamburglar in a fight to the death.
Why?
The Hamburglar has a shady past. The Hamburglar is the only fast food mascot I'm aware of that officially commits fast food crimes.
Okay. And
he hasn't been caught ever.
Has he not? I thought he's been caught.
Never long enough to put him in jail. Never long enough to secure him. There's never been a like, all right, well, you're not going to hear from the Hamburglar ever again because we got him in prison. He's done. And I got to think that's not because he's just so good at escaping. I think it's because the Hamburglar gets himself out of the hands of anybody who grabs hold of him.
Apparently, he often gets caught by Officer Big Mac.
Not for long. Not for long.
Okay.
Yeah. Officer Big Mac? I think Officer Big Mac knows when to let go. I think if you don't let the Hamburglar out in a reasonable period of time, the Hamburglar gets out and finds you. and then you're in trouble.
I'm just wondering what kind of stuff the Hamburglar's doing in this fight. Is he like hiding and then like I don't know, just like throwing the sack on people's heads, or is he getting weird with the spork?
Clear your mindscape for a second. Just let it all melt away.
All right, hang on. Let me reformat this disc I call a brain.
Okay, yeah,
okay, done. There wasn't a lot in there.
Easy. Okay, excellent. Now you a headline spins in front of you. Circle newspaper. Yep. And on the headline it reads fast food mascot pulls switch knife. Who's the picture of?
Jack in the Box.
It's not Jack in the Box, man. It's Hamburglar. I'm telling you. All right. Who are you putting up? I think that he just fucking pulls out a shank and bleeds somebody out.
That's totally fair. That's totally fair. My initial knee-jerk reaction was the Jolly Green Giant.
Not fast food.
I didn't say fast food. I said food mascot.
Oh no, that changes the game.
Listen to your fucking questions, motherfucker.
Oh no, and I'm locked in with the Hamburglar.
You goofed up.
I did. I done goof.
Yeah, I was thinking the Jolly Green Giant, just for size alone. Just come in and fucking Godzilla stomping everybody.
Absolutely.
In that Coliseum.
No question.
But my concern is that he's jolly.
He is jolly.
I'm wondering if that means he's pacifistic. Either way, I don't want to take the jollies away from the giant. I don't want to have to put him in this situation.
You don't know what would happen to the Jolly Green Giant if you stained his pea-covered hands with blood.
Let's keep him our Jolly Green Switzerland in this case.
Okay, yeah, the Jolly Green referee.
Yep.
The Jolly Green witness.
My reaction after that train of thought is it will have to be Colonel Harlan Sanders, because he is the only mascot that has a high enough rank in his title to command an entire fleet.
I see what you're going with. Yeah. Okay. I don't know enough about the military hierarchy.
Whole battalion under him. Because here's the thing. Oh, I hear you two listeners yelling into the ether concurrently as we broadcast this to your ears.
Captain Crunch.
What about Captain Crunch?
Yeah.
Have you looked at his sleeves? He's a liar. He does not have the regalia of his title. He is a sham and a liar. He has been pulling false valor since his fucking induction.
More like Captain Fraud. Am I right?
Captain Fraud. You know what? Let him get eaten by them crunch berries. You don't. Also, I don't know if you've seen. I know you've seen it, Connor, but I don't know if you two listeners have seen the fucking rom-com that is based on Colonel Sanders. Someone being hot for Colonel Sanders, and he was played by Mario Lopez, who is fucking jacked.
That he is. I'll give you that. So yes, Colonel Sanders lately has canonically been a shapeshifter who can take on any identity.
He's even an anime boy.
Whether that decreases his ability to call an army into a fight, I don't know. I think if I were one of Colonel Sanders' soldiers, or I don't know. Like I said, I don't know military hierarchy.
I don't either. I'm talking right out my butt.
If I answered to Colonel Sanders, I would be concerned about identity theft, because like Marlon Brando, Colonel Sanders walks up to me and tells me to go kill somebody for him. I don't know if that's just Marlon Brando, you know?
That's fair. That's fair. I am locking in with Colonel Sanders, though. I do want to give you a mulligan now that you hear it's solely food mascot, not just fast food. I don't want you to unnecessarily handicap yourself. Also, just because I like this question, I want more answers.
I appreciate it. There are a couple of instincts, like Tony the Tiger is perhaps the most jacked food mascot that I could think of.
That's totally fair. My argument against him would be he's very much for sportsmanlike conduct.
That's true. He's too
much
honorable.
He wants you to be great, but he also wants you to play fair.
Yeah, he is a literal tiger. Okay, so now that I'm expanding, so I do think that the Hamburglar would stand a decent shot against Colonel Sanders. I think there's a very Stratego, like spy beats
Spy.
the
Why does
highest
Stratego
order.
keep coming up on this fucking podcast?
I don't know, man, but I do think that the Hamburglar could get in behind the enemy ranks. Like, he takes the mask off, he could be anybody. Nobody knows.
Yeah, but he's still got a freaking black and white striped jacket.
Okay. However, I am going to change my answer. I think I'm going to go with Count Chocula on this one.
Damn it, you pulled out an actual supernatural fucking vampire.
It's tough to beat a vampire, my man. They shapeshift as long, like really, as long as you don't catch him with a crucifix at the right moment. I think he's going to take it. Pretty much anybody, even potentially the Jolly Green Giant.
No, I'm giving you credit because that boy has got the fruit brute under his control, and that guy's a beast.
Yeah, and
like,
you want to talk about armies, vampiric thralls.
Yep.
You got to know Cocoa Puff's answers to him.
I think Count Chocula is the weakest of the Halloween cereals, but he definitely is the strongest of the Halloween cereal mascots.
That's right.
Like, take a look at Blueberry. That dude is way too chill to give a fuck about your fight.
No. Maybe there's some berserker rage hiding underneath that placid facade.
Nah, that's living in Frankenberry.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Count, bringing in a vampire, tough. Although, I do have a vague idea. If I had to imagine the Colonel as a Southern country gentleman, I would imagine he's got some holy water on hand if necessary.
Oh, probably. He's prays before every match.
Yeah, that might be enough.
I think he's pretty strong a decision. But I mean, no offense, I'm not picking Dave or Wendy.
No. Come on, son. No way.
Can you believe it? It's the last question of the day already. And it's number 86. We're just fucking food heavy tonight. All right. I'm glad we're all doing this right before dinner because we got to go chow down after this one. Because Connor, Gordon Ramsay kicks in your door and demands a meal. How are you appeasing him?
Oh no. This
is a snack-sized blitz episode. We have ripped through these questions, and it is all food-based, baby. It is the food battle battalion. More B words. Shut up.
More B. I think have you ever seen The Menu?
No.
Okay. Spoiler alert. Evan, do you consent to having The Menu spoiled for you?
Please. I will. I don't know what it is. I will never watch it. I'm all for it.
It's pretty fun. It's not really a horror movie. It's more of a thriller with like some horror aesthetic, but it's mostly satire, really.
Sure.
At its core.
It sounds like not Tekken 8, so I probably won't see it anytime soon.
Yeah. Basic idea is this like hyper expensive restaurant has been running for years, and the lead chef has gone insane. Okay. He has decided to have one last very special evening with a carefully curated cast of customers. C words. And
nicely done.
Thank you. He they all represent some terrible type of rich person that you would find at a place that makes like sea foam, unripe strawberry,
whatever.
And so he very carefully sets up the courses, and the night gets creepier and scarier as it unfolds. The heroine of the story is a prostitute who's been invited by one of the people against the chef's wishes. She was not on the original list.
Oh, no.
She took the place of somebody. And the way that she manages to get out of this situation, where everybody dies by the end of it, is she digs into this guy's past, like breaks into his personal quarters, and discovers the last time he was happy cooking was when he was working at a greasy spoon flipping burgers. So she asks him to make her a burger to go. Okay. And he does. And the whole point of everything up to this point has been luxurious and carefully selected and not particularly filling. It's really not somewhere like you got to eat dinner after you go to this place for 5 courses.
Right.
But the burger is just like a little bit of salt and pepper on a, like, I don't know, 80-20 ratio beef. You add American cheese to it because it's the best melting cheese for a burger.
Yep.
And it's all just very simple, very plain, very just make me something that fills me up and makes me happy kind of a meal. That's what I would make for Gordon Ramsay in the form of a fried bologna sandwich.
Ah. Okay. I love that. That's a very good answer. Are you
because
letting him...
It is what it is, you know? It just is what it is.
Are you letting him pick accoutrement, or are you giving it to him Connor style, no choice?
Connor style.
Okay, what is Connor style then?
3 ingredients. The most tasteless white bread.
Yep.
Oscar Mayer's beef bologna.
I do prefer like a Deutschmacher pork, but I'm still here for it.
Couple slices of white American cheese.
Okay.
That's it. Diagonal cut.
Yep.
That's your sandwich.
I make mine with same thing, like Wonder Bread level bread.
Oh yeah.
Whatever bologna's available. Like I've done Oscar Mayer beef, I've done Deutschmacher pork stuff, I've done fucking whatever was $1 a pound.
Oh sure. Yeah, these days I tend to go for just like the cheapest bologna you can find because it's still bologna.
But my swap is I do sautéed onions and mustard.
Oh.
That's just the Polish in me. That's how we always did it growing up.
That does sound tasty. Now, and let me ask you, do you make it Pac-Man style?
I do not, but I have made it Pac-Man style because of you. Because I remember the first time you ever did it, I said, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, for listeners who aren't in the know, if you're going to fry a bologna, and I really encourage you to, because it's very good.
It's so good. Life's too short. Have some grease.
That's right. It unlocks bologna in a fresh new way. But you cut a radius in the bologna, because if you don't, while it's cooking, it just kind of forms a dome and doesn't get properly crispy. Like you've got to release the steam underneath it.
Sorry.
Yeah, you cut the radius in it, and as it cooks, it expands and just looks like Pac-Man.
Yeah,
it looks like you've taken a whole
cups like
pizza slice.
pepperoni.
Yeah.
Sorry for talking over you. Apologies.
Hey, listen, it's okay.
But
So yeah,
no, that's.
I've never had your style of fried bologna though. I would definitely go for it.
Yeah, I mean, we hang out more now that you're in the PNW. So like we can totally make this happen. Especially like maybe, holy shit, a week from now. Did you know that Colin Malay is a week from now?
Awesome. Yeah, we'll trade bologna sandwiches.
Cool. I'll have it my way because I've had it your way in the past.
Done.
Sometimes I throw on cheese, but I usually don't. I like the taste of the bologna. It's why I eat hot dogs without stuff on it, because I just like the taste. So
what about you?
I too need to go into a story about media to explain mine.
Excellent.
Because like I'm not like I'm a good enough cook to appease myself and my partner, but like this guy knows what things do and science behind stuff. Like he's gonna be a butt about it either way. So I don't want to feed him food. I want to feed him an experience.
Go on.
So
please.
in my situation, this is like a meal he cannot get away from unless he eats it.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you and Gordon Ramsay have entered some kind of like Genie's Wish style bonding of souls.
Yes. So, Connor, allow me to teach you about one of the stupidest shonen manga that I really, really like. It is a manga called Toriko. It is about the titular character is a gourmet food hunter. So in this neo existence, it is called the gourmet age, where there is all of these like absurd, bizarre, flavorful foods, and like food is life. That's all anybody gives a shit about. Like war is done because everybody's too busy eating. And it's stuff where it's like it's like alligator shrimp, whereas like like alligator sized shrimp with snapping jaws, and they make a very good like shrimp cocktail, but like it's because they've got like 60 legs, and they're like their snapping jaws can kill a man, so that's why they send out the gourmet food hunters to go get the dangerous food so you can enjoy it better. And they'll
Cool.
they have like crazy whiskeys, and like the main character is always smoking a cigar branch. It's like literally a like Cuban cigar that's a piece of a tree.
Awesome. That sounds like so much fun.
It's a very ridiculous manga. It is unfortunately a thing of its time because, as I was talking with Lee about, there is one woman and there are 3 females total because the other 2 are like ancient ladies who are rivals. It's like, you need better representation, bro. Like, not all these just bulky, weird men. But that's my own picadillo or what have you. So there is one arc where they're in the food underworld. It's like the seedy downtown place that is like all the food thieves and gamblers and black market. It's where you get like the deadliest puffer fish that if you like breathe wrong, this fish will just, the whole thing will become poisonous. And like it still tastes
coming up.
Yeah,
I was
still
anticipating it.
so dangerous that like, or so delicious that people will be like, I know that this will kill me, but I will eat it anyway.
You got to risk it for the biscuit.
So there was one arc where they're like, they have to go into the casino and like win all these gambles to get like the food item that they needed because everything's food. And they're going up against this like head chef who was like Yakuza or whatever, but he like cheats with all of his gambles. So what it ends up being is this like food style kind of like a cooking show where it's like they have a roulette wheel, or no, they match. It's like a concentration where you got to like match cards on the table, and like the cards have a point system, but like they can either be like super deadly or super delicious, super hard to get, super hard to cook, really easy, the whole spectrum. And how they end up beating him is like they're like, one of the items is of course like the most poisonous thing in existence. And how they win is like, this guy's like, oh, I'm impervious to all of these things. Like I've trained my body, anime logic, but like what they do to beat him is they trick him into eating stuff that amplifies the poison, so it will like actually overtake his immunities. And because they know Yep. So what they do is like to get them to win, and of course it's super anime, so they're like, oh, we're not going to leave a food uneaten because every food needs to be eaten. So of course Toriko eats the deadly potato or whatever it was, because what they had been feeding Toriko were stuff that gives him natural immunities over the course of the meal.
Gotcha. So they did their research
in this made up food thing. Yeah, whatever. It's so dumb. If you like dumb shonen, highly recommend. I blitzed through 300 chapters of it, stopped. I've still got 100 chapters left, but I've stopped because I go through ebbs and flows. So this is a long...
I have a question for you, Evan.
Yeah, please.
This is a question I've had for a little while, actually.
Please.
Are you going to kill Gordon Ramsay? Are you really upset about him kicking down your door and asking you for a meal?
I'm going to make Gordon Ramsay think he is going to die. But what I'm going to do throughout this entire meal is like, he knows that he's going to be eating like something that's supposed to kill him. But what I do with all of the courses preceding it is giving him that immunity. And what he's actually experiencing isn't like the most delicious food taste, but it is the deliciousness of life.
Okay, so you're going to feed Gordon Ramsay the illusion of a near-death experience.
Yes.
Game on, man. I like it. The premise of the question is already pretty wild. I'm glad you took it in an even wilder direction.
Sometimes your brain works dumb and these words come out of your mouth.
Excellent. Cool.
Yeah.
I do love the idea of Gordon Ramsay retiring from television to haunt the world. And there be just Gordon Ramsay sightings on mystery blogs and conspiracy theories.
It's like those things that you read online where it's like I can't remember the actor's name, but he's like a silly comedian. He'll like show up at places and he'll like hang out and be like, and no one will ever believe you.
Oh, Bill Murray.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
Yep. Except to me, he becomes like the chupacabra, of like, you tell your cousins about it, but they probably don't believe you. And, I've heard he's been spotted around these parts lately, double lock the doors because if you don't have a lock on your kitchen door, it'll get kicked in.
Lord help you if you don't have fresh garlic and lemons on your countertop.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty fun. I wonder what the consequences are of displeasing Gordon Ramsay if you don't give him a satisfying enough experience. Is it just getting yelled at? You just get called an idiot sandwich?
I don't know. I don't know enough about the guy.
Well, he has assumed some otherworldly powers.
Yeah. Power to him.
Don't know what he would do with them. God help us all.
Nothing malignant. Otherwise, maybe it won't be a near-death experience. I mean, to be fair, it will be up to him. Like, if you don't want to, if you just want to sit here forever, you don't have to eat it, but you probably should eat it.
Yeah.
You'll save your life if you do, buddy. And then probably like a moose at the end of it.
And a nice moose. And you'll just put together a nice moose.
Yeah, I love the idea of moose. Like I'm never gonna make it. I mean, I probably will just because I do dumb shit. Like I made macarons one time. But like,
just make pudding.
Like,
just do pudding instead.
But it's just so light. The lightness is fun. Sometimes your food needs to be fun.
That's true.
Pudding is not worth it, but fun. Pudding is fun.
Different kind of fun.
Well, that's the long and short of it.
Yep.
You made it to the end of the podcast. You didn't need to listen this far, but you did, and we appreciate you for it.
You beautiful bastards.
If you want to get your own questions answered by your God of Odd, you can send him an email at
lemonanswers@gmail.com.
That is lemonanswers@gmail.com. In the meantime, check out our dumb memes on social media. We have all of the ones. Just go to your favorite one and type in "the answer is a lemon," and then you'll see clips of podcasts. And then you could be like, "Hey, I think you're dumb, but that's why I like this podcast." And we'll be like, "Love you too."
Yeah. You'll say, "Hey, your face is not what I thought it would be. I'm disappointed by your face and the fact that it does not match your voice." And we'll say, "I didn't know that about myself. Thank you for sharing."
I mean, I've always thought I've had a face for radio.
Classic. Internet radio in particular.
I guess so. Yeah, no, I did want to be a DJ when I was in college, like doing all the DJ stuff. But then I found out that I don't get to choose my own music. I'm like, this isn't a career path that I actually want anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it. Love you. Bye.